You wouldn't believe it. This demon with his pointy smile might be lurking in your neighborhood. They shot this scene 72 times, and the crew got so tired they almost challenged the camera to a duel. Next time, let's let Valak model himself. Oh, and the actor portraying him, Bunny. His makeup is so scary, he asks to sharpen his fangs, turning meals into a straw-only affair. Now that's what I call a spooky price to pay. The end credits reveal Warren's house from The Conjuring 2, as Valak zips through the corridor, shocking. The audience shrieked and bolted as the demon had targeted a future medium couple in 1956. The director spilled the beans that this shot was actually recycled from the cut footage of The Conjuring 3, with horror maestro James Wan overseeing everything, just to plant clues for The Conjuring 4. Alright, enough chit-chat, let's dive into the story. Watch out. A little boy arrives to help the priest stash some wine during a red wine debate. Just as he's about to serve wine, a basketball rolls towards him out of nowhere. Strangely enough, when the boy looks over, there's no one there, so he gives the basketball a good kick back. What a mischievous little guy. Suddenly, the wine cask behind the sink bursts. As the boy turns to check, doom looms. Out of nowhere, he rushes back to the priest and yells, "Father, something's brewing over there." But before he can finish, a loud crash erupts from the hole. The priest quickly takes the bite to find Sledge's socks in a heart-shaped turtle, waiting with no result. The holy water in the cauldron dries up in an instant, and out of the rising smoke, a shadow appears. It's none other than the infamous demon Valak. With just one glance from Valak, the priest is sent soaring into the air, and his body ignites like a fiery comet. Talk about a dramatic entrance. A man casually strolls out of the church carrying a suitcase, but strangely enough, he looks just like a nun from behind. He's the protagonist, Omu, who got possessed by Valak in the first film. The next day, students at a girls' school caught a jar of thieves. They surreptitiously placed the individual inside the principal's office, and surprisingly, it wasn't long before screams started echoing out from within. Meanwhile, Omu is tending to his tomato seedlings on the playground, ever since he parted ways with Aoi in the first film. He wandered alone through the streets of France and ultimately ended up staying at this girls' school to volunteer his services. When Omu learns the principal wants her to get rid of cockroaches, she grabs her gear and heads upstairs instantly. The girl halts him in his tracks, desiring to present Omu with a bracelet that signifies friendship, but those pesky kids swoop in, snatch the bracelet, and tease Omu, asking if he's proposing hilarious. Now Omu is mad because he's actually into Sophie's mom. He treats the girl like his very own child, and just then, the principal appears right in front of them. Seizing the moment, Omu snatches the bracelet back and calls out to a dejected Sophie. He shows off his sleight of hand with some magic, causing the bracelet to reappear in clear sight. The girl joyfully follows her mom to class, and at that moment, a delivery girl approaches from the back of the school. She knocks for ages, drags food into the storage, but just as she leaves, sees a shadow flit by in the hallway. Furious, she walks over and sees Omu twitching in front of the mirror like he just got zapped by static electricity. A dark hand slowly reaches out from behind the door, and you can vaguely make out that it looks like a nun. Omu suddenly turns, startling the delivery girl, who bawls out of the room like a startled cat, but her legs go weak, and while Valak slowly rises, he suddenly appears in front of her and snaps her neck like a twig. Meanwhile, far away, Sayoi is having a nightmare, running into Omu whom she hasn't seen in 4 years. Before they can catch up, Omu morphs into a toothy nightmare, startling Sayoi awake. Sure enough, the next day, Sayoi is sought out by a cardinal after reports of mysterious deaths have cropped up like weeds across the West. Starting from Romania and spreading to France, priests and nuns have met untimely demises. The cardinal suspects these events mirror Valak's previous escapades, hinting the demon has returned, and he's not here for tea. Since Sayoi once helped Father Burke in subduing Valak, they decide it's high time she took a trip back. But when Sayoi asks why Father Burke isn't going, the cardinal drops a bombshell. He died shortly after returning due to a mishap. Now only Sayoi knows how to deal with Valak, and with no options left, she boards a train to France. Just after the train starts rolling, a novice nun pops up out of nowhere. She declares she wants to tag along to see how the so-called priest turns wine into Jesus' blood to battle demons. Sayoi's like, last time we faced Valak, the entire convent had to make the ultimate sacrifice. Although she tries to persuade the novice to turn back, the girl is resolute, and Sayori can't press her more. Meanwhile, that mischievous group finds Sophie again, coercing her to join them in the principal's locked classroom. Just as they manage to squeeze into the room, the statue concealed beneath the white cloth moves slightly and discreetly. The girls remain unaware as they shuffle deeper into the classroom. The eldest girl halts Sophie, instructing her to position herself in front of a glass window. She claims that when the sunlight hits just right, you can spot the demon's red eyes shining through. Unfortunately for her, she has no idea a creepy shadow lurks behind her, and when she turns, it's too late. Want to know more? Be sure to subscribe to our channel for more thrilling content you can't miss.